Art is generally understood as an expression of human imagination and creative skills in a range of activities including painting, drawing, sculpture, and architecture. The aim of art is to evoke feelings and emotions that are considered aesthetic, that is, concerned with beauty, but art also can be a form of social commentary. A painting of sunset over the sea glorifies nature, but one that shows a war-ravaged town can convey a sense of anguish. Throughout the world, people appreciate art for its power to affect them in creative ways. As the famous painter Pablo Picasso said, "The purpose of art is washing the dust of daily life off our souls."
Art in our country has a long history. It has been practiced in households in the form of pottery, nakshikantha, or embroidered quilt, alpana or intricate, mostly floral designs in rice paste dome on clay yards and shokar harhai or painted earthen pots, and their lids. These are examples of folk art.
In that same society, that appropriation of using a text from a system.
But there is another form of art which is called modern art, which owes its origin to the Industrial Revolution in Western Europe in the middle of 19th century and the changes it brought in technology, education, manufacturing and communication.
The Industrial Revolution began in the late 1700s and ended near the mid-1800s. Before this time period, manufacturing was mainly done in people's homes and things were made individually by hand. Once this time hit, new machines were finally made, including the cotton gin, steam-powered trains, the electric typewriter, telegraph, and many more. Not only was this generation improving machines for factories and mass production, but there were also new creations in the art industry as well. This drastic change in society began in Britain and Western Europe and then eventually became global and was mainly in favor of Western Revolution, which cut back the population by 5 million. But the spread of new information, this is where the beginning of the Industrial Revolution has finally begun.
In contrast, contemporary art includes the art produced from the time after the modern art movement until today. When we talk about contemporary art, which refers to the art of the present day, we can also describe it as art being created today by artists who are currently alive. Modern artists had a primary objective of redefining the concept of art and challenging traditional notions of representation. Their aim was to evoke emotions, provoke thought, and express their inner experiences through abstract or symbolic forms. Therefore, modern art often explored a wide range of subjects.
Modern art rejected traditional art forms and began to create new types of artistic expression using styles, techniques, colors and materials that could adequately reflect the spirit of the time and the profound changes in human thought.
First, it's essential to acknowledge that modern art and contemporary art belong to distinct periods. Modern art is typically defined as artworks produced in modern styles between the 1860s and the 1970s. It encompasses various art movements such as Impressionism, Cubism, Surrealism, and Abstract Expressionism, among others.
The beginning of modern art practices in our country date from 1948, when the great artist Zainal Abidin, 1914 to 1976, with the help of some colleagues set up an Institute of Art in Dhaka, now the Faculty of Fine Art, University of Dhaka.
আমার মনে হয় আমি লাইন ধরছি না, লাইনে আমার ধরছিল, বুঝলেন? এই যে ধরছে আর ছাড়ে না।
1943-এর রংতুলিতে জয়নুল এঁকেছিলেন দুর্ভিক্ষ ও চিত্রমালা। গ্রাম বাংলার রোমান্টিক নিসর্গ শিল্পী হয়ে যান বিদ্রোহী ব্যক্তিত্বে। এই ভিন্ন সত্তাই শিল্পী জয়নুলকে মানবিক গুণাবলী সম্পন্ন এক ব্যক্তিত্বে পরিণত করেছিল। 1970 সালে 65 ফুট দৈর্ঘ্যের বিখ্যাত নবান্ন ছবিটি আঁকার ঘটনা এখনও বিস্ময়জাগ। জয়নুল শুধু একজন বরেণ্য শিল্পী নন, ছিলেন বড় মাপের সংগঠক। দেশভাগের পর ঢাকায় প্রতিষ্ঠা করেন আর্ট স্কুল, পরে যা পরিণত হয় ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের চারুকলা ইনস্টিটিউট। এছাড়াও নারায়ণগঞ্জের সোনারগাঁও জাদুঘর তার হাতেই গড়া। অনন্তকাল বেঁচে থাকবেন এই গুণী শিল্পী।
As it began to offer art education, the institute drew together a number of talented teachers and students who contributed to the development of modern art almost from scratch, but within a decade. Artists were reflecting most recent trends and styles in their work, such as expressionism and abstract expressionism.
Abstract art is the dominant art form of the 20th century. Despite generally being accepted as culturally important, it's often seen as something of an elaborate joke, or worse, a case of the emperor's new clothes. This is because abstract art is not supposed to really look like anything, which can make it kind of hard to understand. Instead of looking like stuff, it's more often comprised of forms and colours that are there for their own expressive sake. First, an impression of nature. The world around us can provide an idea or an emotion which triggers an artwork that may not be exactly representative of what we saw, but still seeks to convey something of its essence to us. Secondly, it may be an unconscious expression of internal, non-material ideas.
The War of Liberation and the independence of the country in 1971 inspired our artists to continue the efforts of the earlier artists to explore the limits of art and create new expressive modes. For the next 4 decades, art in our country saw many experimentations. Artists dealt with new ideas such as installation art and graphic art, and reshaped older, traditional art forms. If you visit any art gallery or art exhibition, you will find how our art reflects our changing realities in fascinating and insightful ways.